welcome. I'm Ananya Datta and I'm back with another edition of Race to Power. Here's what we have lined up for you. 12 days and 6 rounds of talks. This is where Pakistan stands right now. With deep ideological differences, Nawaz Sharif and Bilawal Bhutto Zardari are working hard to form the next government. That is the most practical possibility. On the other hand, PTI supporters don't have the numbers, nor do they want a coalition, but they have vowed to form the government. There is a lot to declutter in Pakistan. Stay tuned. Now it seems to be the season of inconclusive talks. In India, fourth round of talks between farming unions and the government made no headway. The agriculture leaders have rejected centre's MSP plan, saying that it is not crafted in the interest of the farmers. In minutes from now, we decode if these protests will have any bearing on the BJP-led NDA's expected third term this year. With no decision yet on the government formation, leaders of the Pakistan Muslim League Nawaz and the People's Party of Pakistan will meet for their 6th round of power-sharing talks. As per reports, PPP is under intense pressure, including within its own ranks, to join the government. Responding to WION's question, PPP chairperson Bilawal Bhutto Zardari denied reports of his party taking ministries in the centre.
Also taking some ministries as well. There are talks about it. So what do you want to say on that?
Lies,
It appears that PPP and PMLN will prolong the negotiations till the constitutional deadline of February 29th for the first National Assembly session. Until then, jailed former Prime Minister Imran Khan's Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf party supporters are also trying to cobble up support. As per reports, PTI leaders who have categorically denied joining hands with two largest parties, PPP and PMLN, have still vowed to form government. The party's independent candidates who had won most seats in general elections will be joining the Sunni Ittihad Council. The alliance is sought to claim seats reserved for women and minorities. The candidates have submitted their applications to join the political alliance. Now, these applications will be forwarded to the Election Commission of Pakistan, which will then approve the alliance. Earlier, PTI had forged an alliance with another religious party, MWM, in Punjab and the centre. However, the deal could not materialize. And now we are being joined by our Pakistan Bureau Chief Anas Malik live from Islamabad. Anas, good to see you. What is the latest you can tell us on the front of the coalition talks?
Well, these talks don't seem to end. The joke in Pakistan is that first the elections were not happening, and now that the elections have happened, it's the electoral process is not just coming to an end. That's what the joke is, and we're almost 2 weeks in since the elections have happened, and we're yet to see a clear-cut candidate or a clear-cut mandate with regards to the formation of the government as to who will stake claim in the government formation bid. A short while back, we heard from the Pakistan People's Party officials that they will be showing up at the Ministers' Enclave, not far from where I am, and they will be holding talks with the Pakistan People's Party. They were supposed to be held today at 4 p.m. The 6th round of talks, as it was being dubbed, to be decisive. So was the 5th round of talks as well. But there doesn't seem to be a conclusion or some sort of an understanding coming out of these talks. The reason we're seeing that these talks are prolonging, and no one knows really as to when will these talks be concluding, because the clock essentially is ticking. 29th is the date. Is the last date till when the assembly session has to be summoned. So all of these coalition talks have to be done before that. Tomorrow is the last date for the submission for independent candidate to submit their tickets, their affiliations to the parties. We've already seen that 82 of them have aligned with PTI coalition partner Sunni Ittihad Council. So we're still waiting to hear as to who will actually be taking the throne of power here in Pakistan. Ananya?
All right, Anas, thank you for getting us all those updates from Islamabad. In India too, there were inconclusive talks. Farmers have rejected centre's proposal on minimum support price, and with this, the protesting farmers will resume their journey to the capital. Remember, the demonstrations come just months ahead of the general elections. So how will this impact BJP's prospects and the NDA alliance prospects in the upcoming election? Our correspondent Dharamjot Kaur decodes. Thousands of India's farmers are back on the streets. It's been a week since the agitation by over 250 unions has been stopped at the state border of Punjab and Haryana. The discussions are deadlocked on the legal guarantee of MSP or minimum support price. And now, after 4 rounds of fruitless talks with the government, the farmers are all set to resume their journey to India's national capital.
We're currently here at the Delhi-Haryana Tikri border. It is day 8 of the farmers' agitation. Now, as we know, the farm union leaders have taken a call to proceed marching towards the national capital. This call was taken last night after the union leaders rejected the government proposal for an MSP on a contract of 5 years. Now, as you can see around me over here, a sort of a fortification has been done at the Tikri border. There are layers and layers of barricades that have been installed over here. Of course, barbed wires and shipping containers as well. Now, a lot of separate forces, including the Riot Action Force, state police and other security personnel are also present over here around the clock. Over 1,000 security personnel are reportedly present at the 3 borders of Delhi. Now, just moments ago, there were senior security officials present here. There are daily meetings happening to ensure what needs to be done tomorrow after the farmers officially start walking towards the national capital tomorrow at 11 a.m.
But why are the farmers planning a march to Delhi? That too less than 3 years after their 13-month-long protest in 2021. Back then, the farmers were seeking the repeal of the 3 contentious farm laws of the central government. Now they want the government to make on a promise that was made then. But coming as it does now, why is this second wave of agitation so significant? Well, India is expected to hold general elections just 2 months from now, in April or May. From an election perspective, the farming community from the protesting states of Punjab, Haryana and Uttar Pradesh form a key part of the Hindi belt. They also account for a large percentage of the voting population. With Prime Minister Narendra Modi's BJP-led NDA alliance eyeing a 3rd term in office, how does this agitation impact this race to power? Let's take a look at where the BJP stood in the 2019 general elections in the 3 major states where farmers are protesting. In Haryana, the party swept the election polls by winning all 10 seats. In Punjab, however, the BJP alliance with regional party Shiromani Akali Dal managed to secure only 4 out of 13 seats. In Uttar Pradesh, the BJP-led NDA alliance won as many as 64 of the 80 Lok Sabha seats. Now, ever since BJP came to power in 2019, farmers have taken to the streets twice. And this close to elections, the discussions have ended in a stalemate. The farmers are adamant on all of their demands. On February 18th, the government proposed a 5-year contract for cooperatives to buy unlimited quantity of produce for 5 crops on minimum support price. While a contract functions as a legal obligation, there were caveats with the proposal that farmers refused to agree to. First, farm union leaders want a legal guarantee on MSP for all 23 crops, not just the 5 proposed. Second, the protesting farmers do not want a 5-year contract that encourages contract farming. They want a law with a lasting guarantee on minimum support price. And third, they are determined to march to Delhi to make their demands heard. This is Dharamjot Kaur reporting for WION World is One. A political storm is raging in the Indian state of West Bengal, where about 18 women in the remote village of Sandesh Khali are protesting over allegations of sexual abuse against a local leader of the ruling Trinamool Congress party. The turmoil began when a central agency team was on its way to search local leader Sheikh Shahjahan's residence in connection with a Russian scam on January 5th. The strongman politician has been absconding since then. Sexual harassment allegations started surfacing shortly thereafter. Several women in the area have alleged that they were sexually harassed over the years by the Trinamool Congress leader and his two aides. Locals have alleged that Shah Jahan's men forcibly grabbed their land for prawn cultivation. The women in the district have also stated that the absence of Shah Jahan has given them the courage to speak about the torture that they have been enduring for years. The incident comes just months before the general elections as the Bharatiya Janata Party struggles to make inroads in the state. Opposition parties soon jumped into the controversy, triggering a political row between the BJP and the TMC. Opposition leaders in West Bengal have claimed that the TMC administration has been giving protection to Shah Jahan and his men. Meanwhile, State Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee, who is also the head of the TMC, has claimed that the whole incident has been orchestrated by the BJP. India's National Commission Chairperson Rekha Sharma has called for a precedence rule in West Bengal.
Women will have to trust us. They should come forward. NCW is there to help them. Women should not be scared. They should come and talk to me and my team. We will work on all their complaints.
The incident is seen as a major setback for the Trinamool Congress party, where the BJP has largely been unable to make its footprint among the masses. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu will soon face a crucial legislative test in the Israeli Knesset. The outcome is expected to have repercussions for his coalition government, and it also affects its war against Hamas militants. Netanyahu will have to make a decision on two military conscription draft laws. The old draft law that has been going back and forth for a few years now, since 1998. The draft law aims to turn into law the exemption from being enlisted in the military for ultra-Orthodox students. Now, these students belong to the traditional Jewish educational institution. However, 26 years ago, the Israeli Supreme Court had ruled the exemption unconstitutional, as it discriminated against those enlisted themselves. Since then, the court has ruled on the issue twice. Most recently in 2017, when it said that the Knesset has not solved the problem. So far, the Netanyahu-led government has managed to get extensions due to the 5 rapid general elections that prevented any new law from getting passed. But last August, the extension ran out. And now Israel's top court has to again rule on a petition to call up young Haredi Jews to be enlisted in the military. The Netanyahu-led government will have to respond to the petition by next Thursday. Reports suggest that drafting yeshiva students in the military could spell an immediate end to Netanyahu's governing coalition, given his dependence on the Haredi parties. The second conscription draft law is published by the Defense Ministry. Under the bill, compulsory service for male conscripts will be raised to 3 years from 32 months. Also, the age till which reservists can be called up for duty will be raised to 45 and 50 for officers. Now, Iran is gearing up for 2 crucial elections on March 1st. They will be the first elections since the nationwide uproar in September of 2022 that erupted over the tragic death of Mahsa Amini. 22-year-old Amini was arrested for allegedly breaching Iran's strict dress code for women. Now, in an effort to control potential protests, Iran's Guardian Council has filtered candidates for the upcoming parliamentary and legislative elections. The council is also aiming to have the shortest electoral period possible in order to preempt any protests. For the parliamentary elections on March 1st, the council has finalized 15,000 individuals competing for 290 seats. However, despite the extensive candidate list, there are concerns about voter turnout. A Netherlands-based institute conducted a survey that reveals that a majority of Iranians do not want to participate in the upcoming parliamentary elections, despite the fact that 75% wanted a change of government. Over 58,000 Iranian residents aged 19 and above were surveyed. 77% respondents said that they did not want to participate in the elections. 38% of the respondents were unaware of the exact election date, while 39% of those who voted in the 2019 parliamentary elections did not plan to vote this year. Additionally, 65% first-time eligible voters were disinclined to vote at all. Now, in response to the potential low turnout on Sunday, Iran's ruler Ali Khamenei appealed for strong voter participation. The survey also presented hypothetical scenarios. It said that a referendum on whether people favor an Islamic Republic, 75% voted no, and 16% voted yes, and approximately 9% are unsure. Now, exploring alternative avenues for change, the survey said that 1/3 of respondents wanted to take part in protests rather than elections. 13% viewed voting as a preferable means of effective change, and 1/3 expressed skepticism about both methods. As Iran approaches a pivotal moment in its political trajectory, the survey findings provide a nuanced understanding of voter sentiment. They also raise questions about the legitimacy of the upcoming elections and political future of the country. Let's now take a look at other election-related stories from around the world. Starting with Indonesia, where after the last week polls, unofficial counts show Defence Minister Prabowo Subianto winning the race with 58% votes. The two unsuccessful candidates are now urging Parliament to look into complaints of irregularities in the run-up to the event. The losing camps have complained of voter intimidation, manipulation of state institutions and misuse of state resources during the campaign period. However, independent observers have ruled out election fraud. Official results in the polls are due by March 20th. El Salvador's electoral authority has confirmed that President Nayib Bukele's New Ideas Party has won 54 of 60 seats in the Congress in this month's elections. This after the reported irregularities prompted a hand count of the vote. The confirmation gives Bukele's ruling party a supermajority in the country's single-chamber legislature. Ahead of the polls in South Africa, the unemployment rate has soared, becoming a worrying sign for the government. Joblessness has reached 32.1% from October to December of 2023. High unemployment is a key political issue ahead of the national and provincial elections, expected to take place between May and August. Young people are criticizing the lack of prospects in what is Africa's most industrialized economy. And with that, we are wrapping up this edition of Race to Power. Thanks for watching with me, Ananya Datta.
India's global voice, the channel that brings you the biggest stories from across the world through India's lens. Now available in more than 190 countries worldwide. Because we believe that the world is one. Watch us in Africa, Europe, USA and Canada, South America, Asia Pacific, Middle East and North African regions. Also available on these digital platforms across the world. WION. World is one.